guys, welcome back. Kellen here with Droid Life, and we're taking a look at the newly announced LG G6. Yep, Mobile World Congress is upon us, and we had a chance to take the new high-end 2017 phone from LG for a spin. So let's talk about what's new, what's missing, and everything else that we know. In my short time with the LG G6, I can tell you that this is a well put together phone. From the all metal body with the glass paneling, to the width that settles in nicely to your hand and the lack of an unsightly camera hump, LG has nailed the overall design. This is without a doubt the best looking and most premium feeling phone that LG has built to date. It's pretty stunning if I'm being honest. In the US, we'll get black or silver models, but there's also a white model in some select countries. The black will remind you of Samsung's black phones of recent years, which unfortunately does mean it's a fingerprint magnet. However, the silver model certainly stands on its own as a beautiful tech creature. From a spec standpoint, the LG G6 is very much a top-tier high-end smartphone that checks almost all of the boxes. It has a 5.7-inch Quad HD Plus LCD display that takes up almost all of the entire front of the phone. Has dual 13-megapixel cameras, one standard along with an improved wide-angle shooter. Has 32 gigs of storage with a micro SD slot, 4 gigabytes of RAM, fast charging through a USB Type-C port, headphone jack, fingerprint reader, and that all-metal and glass body that is just 7.9 millimeters thick. It also features IP68 dust and water resistance, a 3300 milliamp hour battery that, no, unfortunately you can't remove this time. Has wireless charging though, and a Snapdragon 821 quad-core processor, which is the same processor that you'll find in Google's Pixel phones. The display I just mentioned weighs in with an 18:9 ratio that might sound odd on paper, but it totally works in person. You can multitask with two perfect squares next to each other, take one-by-one photos and live preview them in a panel next door, or just take in an 18:9 movie with Dolby Vision or HDR10 since those are supported. On a somewhat disappointing note though, remember when LG announced just a week ago that the G6 would have a quad DAC like the V20? Well, it will, just not in the United States. That will be a Japanese exclusive. As for the rest of the story, LG says that it has revamped its skin on some level. Overall, it looks pretty familiar to me, if not a little less skinned. The phone will ship with Android 7.0, not 7.1. However, this phone will feature Google Assistant. In fact, it might be the first non-Pixel phone to do so when it ships here in the near future. The Assistant feature is fully featured as well and launches with a long press on the home button to help you get things done or launch silly games throughout a day. In the camera department, as I mentioned already, this phone has upgraded dual 13-megapixel shooters. LG is really pushing this idea that you should be able to capture anything at any time, at any angle. With the cameras now lying flush to the back and not looking as unsightly as they did in the past, I can tell you that I'm fully on board, especially with this square mode and the live stream of thumbnails that sits off to the left as you snap away. This might be the best LG camera experience to date. As of the time of recording this video, we don't have full details on launch, but rumors have long suggested a launch date in early March, at least in Korea. Once that info is ready, we'll be sure to include it in the description below that like button. Let us know your thoughts on the G6, and we'll of course give you our official thoughts later on with our G6 review.